What's happening, door-to-door mastery fans? This is Paul Shakuri with yet another video. And in this video, this is going to be one that's actually pretty unique and cool because I was going through a video and found one of Grant Cardone's videos where a caller called in. You're going to hear this live, but a caller called in and spoke about none less than door-to-door sales and home security. Now, there were some things in that video that I do agree upon Grant Cardone and what he said, but there are many things where it kind of goes sour, and I'm going to show you exactly that. So let's dive on to that video right after this. Okay, so welcome everybody to this video. Now, this one is actually pretty unique and cool. But first of all, I want to thank one of my sponsors, who's Dominaire Bespoke, who's suiting me up on these custom suits and custom suits that I'm going to start wearing more and more on to start up in the game of this whole podcast and these YouTube videos. Can't wait till the studio's done. They're actually going to help me out with that as well. And it's going to be pretty unique. Now, it's crazy because I started watching a lot of Grant Cardone's videos because also Dominaire is one of the companies that is going to be at the next 10X Con. And word has it that Grant's going to be wearing the exact same suits, but also on top of it, going to be help promoting it and so on and so forth. Thanks to my buddy Jared, who I do know, the owner of that company. It's been a wonderful journey, Jared. Thank you so much. So let's dive on in. In this video, we're going to talk about the objection and the rebuttal that people have when you're selling, but in specific security of, oh, I already have a gun. Now, I have a lot of experience in door-to-door sales, especially home security, smart home security. And as a matter of fact, if you're watching this video, the gentleman who called in on this Grant Cardone video, reach out to me because I actually want to speak to you. I want to speak to you about a couple things because thank you so much for bringing that up because that's helped to create this video that I'm about to go into. Now, let's dive on into the video and listen. Hear what Grant has to say about it. I'm going to play this and listen to what the caller says. So let's get rid of this and dive on into that.
As an entrepreneur, banker. Another one is another entrepreneur who owns a securities company, and that's actually what the call was about today.
Oh, that's awesome. So what's your question, my friend?
Security.
Yeah, what's the question?
Yeah, the question is, where I am, there's not a lot of money objections because I'm doing door-to-door security in a nice neighborhood, but I'm getting a lot of one-leggers. People are telling me someone's always home, so they don't need home security. And, we don't need home security because we got Smith & Wesson. That's a lot of people have guns up here. So, my thought is, gun's not going to help you when you're not home, right? Or gun's not going to help you when, they're in the house and they find a gun before you do. But those are things that, if you say on a call, might lead to complete rejection, right?
Yeah. So they're saying, hey, we don't need security because we got Smith & Wesson.
Thunder and lightning.
So, hey, man, I mean, at some point, maybe they're just not buyers for your product.
Okay, let's stop it right there first of all, okay? And this is where things start to go sour. And as a matter of fact, let me get back into here. This is where things start to go sour. I sold thousands, and I know for other viewers out here who basically get this rebuttal, get this objection, I sold thousands of people who tell me, and as a matter of fact, the mass majority of my sales came from people who said, I have a gun, I have a dog. Now, if you look at and again, I'm not bashing, and if the peak trolls out there right away are like, oh, you're nowhere near the level of Grant Cardone and you're bashing. I'm not bashing him. As a matter of fact, I'm watching his content because I now too am putting together a team for a lot of my corporate clients of telemarketers and so much more where I'm helping out. I'm not bashing him. All I'm saying is I found this video and the content, the information that Grant gives back is wrong. Now, it's not because about this piece. It's not he doesn't have experience specifically in this industry, in this particular sale. And you guys know me, I'm a particular person. So let's speak a little bit about this. Now, I want to tell you guys first of all what the number one thing where the caller went wrong on what he was saying. So he says he's knocking on doors and money's not an issue. That's great, because the mass majority of the times, no matter what you sell door to door, I assure you, money is not the issue. But where he goes wrong is when he knocks on the door and he's talking to the potential customer, and this guy goes, oh, you know what? We already have Smith and Wesson, and I'm super, this is what's going to protect my home. You know the jargon of what they say. If you've ever knocked on doors selling home security, you know that's what happens. People tell you this. Now, what is first of all going on here? They are not. Write this down. Review this video, share it with anybody in the home security space, in the home automation space, and make sure you write this down. They are not telling you, okay? What they say and what it means are two totally complete separate things. They are not telling you that they don't want a security system because they simply have Mr. Smith and Wesson. That's not the case. That is not the case. They're telling you something different. Knock, knock, knock. You're on the other side of the door. And I plain and simple don't want to do business with a door-to-door salesperson that I do not know, that I do not trust, that I may not even like yet. So why would I want to do business with this person right now in this given moment? Okay? That's the true reality, because in order to be a good salesperson, why is Grant such a badass sales guy? Why does he train and coach such badass salespeople? Like, what do top salespeople have? I'll tell you, it's confidence. It's confidence. It's the ability to say, you know what, I'm going to find out the answer. Now, here's where the caller goes wrong on what he says that he says. How do I know he's gone wrong? Well, because I tried it out for myself at hundreds and hundreds of doors only to get what you're getting. Hence the reason why he's calling in, that it's not working. Something's not working here, okay? Why is it not working? Why is it not working what he's saying? He says, oh yeah, but will that gun pick itself up and shoot? Oh yeah, well, will the gun... He starts going back and forth and battling the customer. This is the first part where he goes wrong. This is the first part where all of you go wrong when you're knocking on doors and you're not getting and advancing into communication. Just like that one webinar I did, which is live on my YouTube channel. You want it bad enough, look on my YouTube channel for it. How to engage with your customers. How to talk and communicate and properly progress and move through your cold calling, canvassing sale. How do you do that? Well, you don't battle the customer by talking to him like, wait a second, will your gun pick up and shoot? What do you think? The customer's going to go, oh yeah, that's right. Mr. Person on the opposite side who's trying to take my money, AKA door-to-door salesperson. Yeah, that's right. My gun's not going to pick itself up and shoot. Sure, let's do business. Do you want to come on in and have a Coke so we can sign the contract? Do you think they're really going to do that? Folks, I love you all, and I swear to God, I'm so ecstatic to bring this information and content to you, because this is the shit that I did 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, knocking, selling 10 accounts, literally alarm accounts in a day, okay? And then also going on to selling, like, not nowhere near as these guys that claim they do, thousands of accounts in a summer program. But I knew how to be consistent and still sell a ton of accounts and make a substantial six-figure income over and over and over again. So this is the information I'm bringing back to you. Well, what's the first? Now, let's come up with solutions. So what should you do? Paul, that's great. You told me, what the guy didn't do, but what should you do? What should I do? What should I do as a door-to-door salesperson in this case? Okay, so the first thing is, number one, if you have an objection, agree. Write this down. Boom. Maybe we can get some pop-ups here. It takes too much video editing. We're going to get into that later on. But the first thing you need to do is agree with the customer. Oh, I got a Smith & Wesson. It picks itself up and, it can shoot. I have a Smith & Wesson. I can handle myself. Glock, glock, boom, smash, bang, done, blood all over. I'm super, super strong. Why is this person speaking like this? You see, a lot of people take it extremely personal. They take it personal. When you're knocking on doors and you're giving giving them, an objection or a rebuttal. Sorry, you're telling them like, oh, wait a second, we're going to pick it up. You're getting in their personal space, and this person who typically gives you this rebuttal is somebody who's like very like an alpha male. Okay, it's like an alpha male. Like, dude, you're gonna tell me that my home's not protected? Get the freak out of here. I can handle my own. I can handle my own crap. Get out of here. What's going on in his head? So somebody like that, you're not gonna wanna, like another ram, just bash. You're not gonna wanna go back and bash. What are you gonna wanna do? You're gonna wanna stand back, take a couple steps back, and agree with this person. Agree with this alpha, right? Oh, sorry, what's your name, by the way? Bradley. I want to thank you so much for bringing that up because, that's true. You're right. And this is the reality, right? I mean, if heaven forbid, but some creep, you're a big dude. You really are a big dude. If somebody were to come in, first of all, I'm by no means saying, am I a criminal? I'm actually the opposite of what I'm doing, but I wouldn't want to enter your property and you have Smith and you know who inside your house and Glock, and you absolutely can handle yourself. That's 100% correct. And I'm glad you have that. And by the way, let me ask you a couple things. If it'll take like not even a couple seconds. I'm actually very busy as well. First of all, what do you do for work, by the way? And they're like, oh, I'm the steel mill, whatever. I work on machines and stuff like that. That's cool. I have a buddy, actually, as a matter of fact, I have a couple of buddies that do that. And I have a brother-in-law who does that. And this is the reality. I'm just coming up on top of my head. I don't lie to people. I scan in my database inside my head with what's going on in the conversation right now. And I'm like, what can I bring up? So right away that triggers in my head. And I'm like, you know what? I have a brother-in-law who does that. He's so busy with work. It's crazy. He's been very busy. He's ultimately literally not had time, to even come back and watch movies, he tells me. But I'm assuming work's going good for you. I'm planting seeds. People don't understand right now. If you have my door-to-door mastery program over at masterd2d.com, that's masterd2d.com, you know what I'm talking about. My masterd2d.com program talks about this, where I go in and I start planting seeds to literally lay up the process. People who knock with me, they're like, dude, I do the exact same thing. And when I ask for the sale, people don't just say, yeah, sure, come on, sit down. I'm planting seeds throughout my pitch. So what am I doing? I'm like, I'm getting rid of their, work's been slow. I just don't have money for what you have to offer. You see that? It's not like some slick thing that I came up with. It's just over time. Well, I simply just got and acquired these talents and these skills. Why is it I'm not nervous to knock on a door? Because the more you knock on, the higher your skill set, the more sales you actually sell. The more your skill set goes up, the less your fear kicks in. Okay, so that's the first thing. We agreed upon it. And now we got rid of that. Okay, and your wife, what does your wife do, by the way? Oh, that's awesome. Cool. So I'm assuming she works too. Yeah. Okay, and the last question, if you don't mind me asking, because this ultimately is for you, not for me. I have my home protected. I'm not trying to say to grab security, grab protection. But let me just ask you this. Do you like that Smith & Wesson gun? Honestly, like, please, do you like that gun? Is it something that you have a personal attachment to? And the majority of people who have guns, they love them. They love their guns. They talk about it, hence why the guy brought it up. So you do love your gun. Okay, that's awesome. And congratulations. That's super cool. I hope I never have to ever see it, but, and I'll crack a joke because I never will. But let me tell you this, Mr. Prospect, Mr. Brad, because we know his name is Brad, we asked. Hey, Brad, here's the reality, okay? I would love to obviously put a security system in your property. Now, the reality is you're not going to get a security system inside your property if you don't see the value for it. Especially being that you have a gun, I could tell why you wouldn't have the value for such a product or service. Now, let me just tell you one thing. You guys both work, obviously. You guys have any kids? Okay, you don't. So you guys both work. Now, you mentioned you like your gun, and you mentioned work's going great. Now, let me tell you this. When you leave your property, so let's, as a matter of fact, follow me really quick. Follow me. Okay, so we're over here, and I'll take them. I'll take control. Okay, so we're here now, and we're on our way to work, right? By the way, wow, beautiful vehicle. That's cool. Or if it's, an economical vehicle, I'll say, wow, that's a cool, that's a BMW, what's that, 5 Series or 3? Oh, it's a 5. Cool. I mean, I know it's less gas than the 7 Series because I, used to have a 750 Li, so I know the feeling of that. But that's super cool. I mean, they handle better and yada yada yada. The reality is, I even had one of those, so I can even talk about that. Okay, speak about that. We're going in, and I'm being personable. This is what I want to give to you guys. You're taking somebody who told you a rejection, a rebuttal, and now we're going in and we're saying, wait a second here. This guy's my friend. This guy's actually cool. I'm just going to at least listen to what he has to say. So, Brad, you're on your way to work, okay? And heaven forbid, let me ask you one big question. When you and your spouse are away from your home, I just want, let's stand outside. Let's look at your property. Are you open Are you open to the possibility? Are you open to the possibility that somebody or something can enter your property and break in? I'm just saying, are you open to the possibility that somebody or something can break into your property? You know, honestly, Paul, I am, but I'm going to have to be honest with you, okay? We haven't gotten broken into. We've been here for 15 years. The neighborhood's good. Okay. You literally just overcame that objection. Objections, you have many different types of objections that can come up, and now you get over the second hump, if he even has that. But the reality is, I'm like, okay, no, absolutely. I just want to, first of all, show you something. See, with the security system, this is how it works. And I go into the details, except I'll tell them this. The main reason why people get security is actually, believe it or not, to protect your Smith & Wesson gun. Because let me just give you and this is no fear. This is a reality. And it happens every single day. And you probably already heard of stories like this. But heaven forbid, let's just say right now, you're away from your house, your spouse is, and someone were to actually break into your property, okay? Now, they break into your property, they run through your stuff, and guess what? They find Mr. Smith & Wesson. The first thing is, as we both know, Mr. Smith & Wesson, the gun's not going to pick itself up and it's not going to shoot anybody, okay? And I'm not saying that in a rude way. This is the reality, okay? Worse, though, than that scenario, because when you're home, I know you're going to be able to protect yourself. But when you're away, what if, and this happens, first of all, somebody were to actually steal that. That's terrible in itself. But I'm going to give you a more terrible situation than even that. Somebody, and just so you know, you can do the stats yourself. People who break into properties, they're out shopping that effing day. And I'll get mad and I'll say effing. I won't say the actual F word because, I mean, I tend to sometimes, again, the moment I'm excited, I'll swear. But I'll say they tend to effing, and it bothers me. Hence why I'm so passionate about selling door to door, because I only sell stuff that I personally believe in. Bradley, you know what they do? These effing criminals, they will steal this gun, and then they will enter into another property, and if somebody's there, believe it or not, they'll actually use your gun, your freaking gun that you had. They will use your gun that you had on somebody else. Heaven forbid they go and rob a bank. Now, I know you're not going to be held liable for it, and I'm no lawyer, but believe it or not, you're not going to be held liable. But the reason why people get security systems is to protect their number one asset, which is their home. It's not that car. Although the vehicle is beautiful, it's not that car. Why people actually secure and protect their homes, to protect their assets, to protect their guns, to protect those things. Now, I get it. You don't want it because, like you said, there's been, no crime, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. But what I'm here to do is not to sell you a security system. And this is the reality, I'm not. I want to actually show you what a security system can do, so that way you can make an educated decision when you're ready. You better believe I'm selling this person. What am I going to do? And it's in my second free video series in the link in the description. If you're watching on YouTube, you will see that there is actually a free video series where I teach about these things. My goal is to build that value up, which I speak about in also my masterdd.com program. It's to build that value up. And when we build that value up and somebody wants what you have to offer, dude, do you mind if I sit at your table? Absolutely. Let's freaking sign on the dotted line. My goal is not to go and communicate to people and just BS all day. It's not. It's to actually go out there and get deals closed, okay? So watch this video. That's a ton of content, and I could speak about hours, and I have sessions and seminars where I speak hours about this stuff to private companies that hire me to go, out there. And as a matter of fact, my master, ADT's number one master dealer here in Canada actually hired me to go and speak at an event starting on Monday. And I'm going to be flying out to go and do that. We already got dinner arrangements. You're going to see pictures. You can follow me on my Facebook page. I'll probably get more active with my Instagram now. I hate social media, but it's a part of the thing of what I got to do. So I'm going to be, an Alarm Guard is the company name that, they're in every single province out here for you American states. They're everywhere. And now they've also brought me on board to help them to grow with their dealer program, because they have a lot of sub-dealers in Canada already, but they want to take it to that next level to where they're literally dominating the competition. Not just beating, but dominating the competition. And anyways, let's get back into this video, and message me, by the way, if anybody has any questions about that. Okay, let's dive back on into this.
You can't close every person. I got to find somebody that is willing and able to purchase my product. So if there's no desire, so the first thing you got to do is you got to create a problem. I always say, Nobody buys anything because they love it. People buy things to solve a problem. So if there is no problem, perceived problem, or a real problem, or imagined problem, then you got to create that problem. The only way somebody, what I would do is I'd go break in their house, dude, and say, wait a minute, you're not secure. Did you know, you got to break inside their mind. Hey, did you know that the crime rate in your neighborhood spiked last year by bye? You didn't know that, did you? Okay. You don't know that you're susceptible. Did you know that most robberies happen during the day, not at night?
When people are home?
When people are home, getting ready for their kids to go to school. Hey, did you also know that robberies spike when it rains? If you don't know these things, sir, you're already at risk, and that Smith & Wesson is not going to help you. Oh, by the way, why aren't you bringing it to work with you? I mean, that Smith & Wesson is no good at home. It needs to roll with you. Do you got the thing? You should have it with you right now. The only way it protects you is with you right now. Yeah. It's not protecting you right now. So, I mean, I just think you got to get your game on, dude, about creating a bigger problem for that client so you can solve the problem. People do not buy things because they need them. Okay? People buy things because they
solve a problem.
Solve a problem.
Okay, so I agree with him on that, about the whole solving problems things and creating a problem. But what I found, and what thousands of people find in our industry, as we know, it's like you're not there to create, to make it sound like, oh, everybody just got broken into. This is the reality. I'm telling you shit that works in our industry, okay? I get it works. You will be able to convert, but if you want to convert in our industry door to door like a machine, listen, fear-based selling will get you nowhere these days with residential and commercial security products. People are going to say, wait a second, so you're telling me, yeah, all this fear, all this crap, all this I've never gotten broken into. It's not even a possibility that's going to happen to me in my head. Okay, that's what you're going to get. It sounds good in theory, okay? Voice sounds good in theory, what he's talking about. Nothing against him. And I know if Grant was in there, he would get the deal because he'd be confident enough to go in and close that deal. But what I'm telling you is if you're going to follow these words for word and actually just spit this stuff out, it's not going to work. You have to, number one, have the confidence. And then you got to bring out the fact that you're going to see here what I do like how Grant actually finishes it off. Let's dive back on into that video.
Bigger the problem, the more money I'm willing to spend on that situation, okay? I bought those two pairs of shorts.
Check this out, real.
Yeah, that helped, dude?
That helps tremendously, and I'm going to tell that to my mentors too, and we're going to make some money today doing this.
Yeah, let's make some paper, dog, and let's make people secure in the process, all right?
So what happened is there was actually vandalism in my neighborhood. My car was vandalized. Mailboxes were smashed. They found a bullet.
I can't stand the left.
I am telling the story by a firsthand experience. And in turn, creating that problem that perceived.
Oh, hey, and by the way,
maybe you vandalized their house.
By the way, what I'm here today to do is not to scare you. I'm here to give you something free. I'm here to give you a free assessment on where your weak points are, where the out points in your security are, what robbers and thieves would take advantage of if they came to your house, and maybe I'm gonna find out that you're in a perfect condition, perfect shape.
Right there. I want to stop it there. And that is the best advice that anybody who's training can give. Right there, I agree 100% with Grant, okay? I agree 100% with what he just said right there. I'm here to actually just give you something free. It's a little bit of my time and to explain and show, since I'm already here, about what, a security system can do, aka do the demonstration. Okay, I'm here to do the demo to actually show you. What is that really doing? It's building value. But it is genuinely giving time to that potential customer so that, plain and simple, you can actually earn their business because now they see what they get and what they'll pay, and they'll ultimately know exactly what it is. Hey, I don't want to make this video that much longer. Don't forget to subscribe to here on YouTube. Smash that subscribe button, okay? So that way, every time I make videos like this, set that notification thing so that you always get notified that I created another video. Hit the subscribe button so you're now subscribed to my YouTube channel. We're coming close to 10,000 subscribers of door-to-door cold calling canvas salespeople. As a lot of you know, you can head over to the link in the description for my free video series, hours of content teaching you everything from your opener pitch all the way to building value and, yes, closing that deal, selling door to door. And don't forget, if you want my full program, it's over at masterddd.com. Now, that's a lot of content, so all you got to do, if you're not on my list, to grab my free program, just the link in the description here on YouTube. Make sure you grab that free program. That's all you got to do today. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. I love and respect all of you because you are true entrepreneurs to get out there and knock on doors. Stay consistent with it. Don't forget to comment below so I can and will get back to you on these videos. God bless and have a wonderful day.